You're welcome back to the gavel. Now, while there are rumblings in the nation's aviation sector, let's not forget that the federal government is trying to organize a national dialogue. Now, the Presidential Advisory Committee on the National Dialogue has been going around the country trying to get views of Nigerians on the various issues which will be part of the conference. While the consultation by the committee met a snag in Edo State, and lawmakers were not too pleased. In an interesting twist, a lawmaker in the House of Representatives has raised concerns over alleged uncompleted probes instituted by the House. The lawmaker who raised this as a point of order during plenary cited a newspaper report titled "Assembly Probes Without Results." He said the publication was not in the best interests of the House, as Nigerians would see the lawmakers as only talking without action.
Members cannot make efforts to come up with motions well researched, and these motions through our resolutions are committed to various committees. We have a duty, in fact we are duty bound to work within the rules of our own engagement. By the time reports are committed to committees, probes are committed to committees for investigation and nothing is done. I have listed here, second to the last, the probe of the poor quality of police welfare, which I moved in this house over a year ago, about 1.5 years ago. And yet it is listed here that the reports are. I am not aware that this report was ever discussed in this house, in which case there is something wrong.
The Deputy Speaker, who presided over the day's proceedings, directed all committees with pending reports to do everything possible to meet the time frame given to them.
And I will strongly advise all committees to whom matters have been referred to, motions, bills, or indeed reports for either awaiting your active work on, or those that are ready for consideration, to please update what you are doing.
Meanwhile, the Edo State Caucus in the House of Representatives are demanding that retired Colonel Tony Nyam be sacked from the Presidential Advisory Committee on National Dialogue for shouting at the governor of Edo State, Adams Oshomole, at a stakeholder meeting in Benin. The caucus expressed their condemnation of the attack on the governor, saying the incident was a sign of things to come in the proposed national conference. They added that they are in agreement with Governor Oshomole that 10 previous conferences had not yielded any positive results, and that what is needed in Nigeria is a leadership that can break barriers in national development.
And that again brings to question the sincerity and the objectivity of the setting up of that panel, and of course the proposed national conference as it is being pushed right now by the proponents. So for us, Colonel Nyam should bury his head in shame. He is not qualified to hold such an office. If the country is looking for a way to dialogue and come around these problems, people like Colonel Nyam are not qualified by any stretch of imagination if they cannot hold their personal sentiments against individuals and public officers like governors. You know, for him to have stood up at that conference, bang the table and shout on his voice to ask the governor, a sitting governor of a state, to shut up and stop airing his opinion when he was not insulting anybody, is most uncalled for and is unwarranted. And we urge that committee, if they are serious about their business, to do away with the services of Colonel Nyam.
But I'm even getting more worried just now, because if a governor is not free to express his objective views at a meeting of that kind, I wonder who in this country will have the freedom to freely express himself or herself at the conference.